I'm in Chicago for a special project, and today I wanted to talk to you about a very interesting adventure that we're taking at Jiyo, Jiyo.com, and this is about how we can help people improve their performance in any area of sport through technology, but also actually while they're engaging in sports, get them in touch with their innermost being and explore higher consciousness. So the first thing I'm going to do is ask my co-founder and CEO of Jiyo to share with you what we are embarking on. Please come closer.
This is Punacha. So we are really creating a module on Jiyo called Beyond Performance for Conscious Athletes, and it's a three-part program. We're going to have one is, first of all, a program which is curated content from Deepak, experts like Jason Goldsmith, who's a top performance coach, Eddie Stern, and really looking at programs like in moving, breathing, really a process for getting you to excel in whatever sports you pick up. The third part is actually technology. We're going to be working with a lot of technology like the Focus Band, which is an EEG measuring device for measuring sports performance. So we'll be sharing the people, process, and platform over the next month or so on Jiyo. So it's called Beyond Performance for Conscious Athletes.
And of course, the mantra is pursue excellence, and then success is guaranteed. So with me right now, here also, is Jason Goldsmith. So Jason, come and lean over so you can be seen in both locations. You have to lean over a little bit more. So let me, okay, now, first of all, Jason, tell us a little bit about your background.
Sure. So I first of all got involved with golf and was fortunate enough to work with some of the top golf professionals in the world. Jason Day, Justin Rose, and through that experience we were able to use our technology Focus Band to develop a process that really allows us to measure any sports performance, both the physical and mental side, using our wearable EEG technology, which you can see here. So it's
So this, you see these are leads for an EEG,
right?
And you can put this around your forehead. And so what does this measure, Jason?
Sure. It measures brainwave frequency. So we want to work with the individual to develop a mental process that allows their intellect to know where it belongs. So typically, when people are trying too hard, what that means is they're thinking too much. And when they're thinking too much, they're not being athletic. So they need to get reconnected to their body so that they can actually be their most athletic. And that's what the idea is. So we're developing these processes with Jiyo so that we can bring this technology and mindfulness with Deepak to the world to help people enjoy their sports more, so they're not so frustrated when they're trying to perform. They actually understand where their mind should be to allow them to be their best athlete.
Somebody's asking, can you meditate with this
Absolutely.
on your head? Yes, actually, it can not only monitor your meditation, but it will give you feedback on what your brain waves look like when you're in meditation. One of the problems with athletes is they're thinking too much about their performance. So they have to get their thought process out of the way into a meditation experience, even in the game, so that the mind is very alert, but also very quiet, not clouded by the internal dialogue. So Alison Watt says this could be really cool for us non-athletes. Yes, Alison. We'll tell you more about it in a moment. But yes, so the same mantra I use for daily inspiration: joyful, energetic body, alert but quiet mind, loving, compassionate heart, lightness of being. If that becomes the mantra of the athlete, and we can monitor their performance, their brain waves, then they get feedback, neural feedback, and this actually improves their performance. So, you want to share something about the yoga program that we are developing?
Sure. So what you can see here, it's kind of hard to see on the screen, but what you can see here is a virtual coach. So what we're able to do is we can use our app to develop a virtual coaching system for any kind of performance that somebody wants to do. So in this case, it has to be yoga. So if we were to go through this process, this is a sun salutation. We could measure what's going on in the person's mind while they're performing their yoga practice. And with that, they will get the neurofeedback. So they'll tell what position they're in. Are they thinking too much when they're in that position? Is there a way that they could let go more? Could they get more connected to their body?
So Mary McManus says, are you doing or have done research on this? This is so cool.
Absolutely. In fact, we did a 6-month study at USC Neuroimaging last year. The study hasn't been published yet, but it was taking 20 golfers and had them do 6 months of mindfulness training using the focus band. They did MRIs on the athletes before and after, so that study should be published in the next year.
I have always wanted to begin a yoga practice, but have been never able to stick with it. Maybe if you get neural feedback, you might be more inspired to stick with it. You know, I do yoga 7 days a week, even when I'm not with my teacher on the road. It keeps me really focused and centered in all the things that I'm doing. So what's the process? You take people through a process before they step on the court. Can you say
Sure.
a few words about that, Jason?
Absolutely. So what we developed when we were working with Jason Day was a process that we called the blueprint. And initially the process starts with getting the athlete to understand their mindfulness tools. So we use breath. So we want the athlete to understand that when they shift their awareness to breathing, it takes them out of their mind, out of their conscious thinking. It reconnects them to their body. After we do that, we work with them on mindfulness
Thank you.
in the sense of shifting their awareness between a couple of different objects. This teaches people how they can shift their awareness outside of their mind, and we reconnect them with feet, center, whole body awareness. And what this helps the athlete do is develop their tools for visualization. And this was
Just 1 second. Matthew Graham says, good morning. I'm competing at Team USA trials in Las Vegas. Namaste. Matthew, get in touch with us so we can actually help you with this technology. And I'll just ask Punacha to come in. Where should he send a question
So
to?
Matthew, we just send an email to info at jiyo.com, jiyo.com. Just send us an email and we will make sure we get back to you with all the details on the focus band
And
technology.
anyone else who is interested in this technology, experimenting with it, or introducing it to their ecosystem, if they're a coach of any kind, you can send an email to info@jiyo.com. And the rest of you, you should go to jiyo.com right now or after this podcast is over, and you can download the app free on any device, right?
iOS and Android.
iOS and Android. And you can start playing with it. Punacha, what are our plans to introduce these technologies for sports athletes or also for people who are non-athletes who want to be able to monitor their well-being? What's the program?
Right. Over the next 30 days, we will be introducing
Allison says info@what.com?
Jiyo, jiyo.com.
jiyo.com.
Over the next 30 days, we'll be starting 2 channels. One is going to be called Beyond Performance for Athletes, where we will have a focus program with Jason just focusing on athletics and sports. We'll also have a second channel, which is going to be on yoga. We will have teachers like Eddie Stern, Sarah Finger using the focus band for yoga. And then obviously with Deepak, we will have the focus band and meditation. We'll see 3 distinct programs, one for sports, one for yoga, and one for meditation on jiyo.com. So just go to Jiyo, Jiyo.com.
Umendra Raju, that's Jiyo.com, Jiyo.com. The point is that even now you can get a lot of instruction and training on Jiyo.com, but in the next few weeks we'll be launching our official marketplace and channel where you can download these technologies.
And also buy the focus band.
And buy the focus band if you want to. So sorry, Jason, I interrupted you. Can we just finish what you were saying? There's a process.
Sure. So then after the athlete develops their tool set, then what they do is we start with them making a decision. So they have, for golf, let's say, so if you're getting ready to hit a golf shot, what you would do is you would say, okay, this is a 7-iron, the distance is 165 yards, the wind's out of the right, whatever. So you make a decision. Once you make a decision, then you ask yourself a question, and this is the switch between the left and right brain. So you ask the question, what would a good shot look like? It produces a visual. That visual produces a sensation in your body. Now you're ready to perform the shot. And if you have a good mental process, that's where the intellect or the conscious mind lets the body be athletic. So at that point, the body is just reacting to the sensations that you created through the visuals. If the dialogue in your mind gets reintroduced, then we know that you're no longer in process. And so that's what we're able to do. Is once we define your process, what the process is doing is it's allowing your body's intelligence to perform the action without thinking about how to perform the action.
Okay, so that's it for today. I want to reinforce that we can actually create well-being for ourselves if we have certain things available to us. The right content, knowledge, wisdom, a social network which is both online, which is what Jiyo is, Jiyo.com, social network that's online, but also physical space that you can create for yourself. Metrics, the ability to measure change, the correct use of technology, and then providing products and services that are easy to obtain and inexpensive. So that's the goal ultimately. And in the meanwhile, please join Jiyo.com. Punacha Machai is the co-founder and CEO. Jason Goldsmith is going to be our coach on Jiyo.com, and he's also going to bring in all these technologies. And Jason, you've been coaching Olympic athletes and gold medalists and all kinds of people. Is this focus band useful for any type of athlete?
Anybody that wants to get better at anything, you need to understand that if you can self-regulate your own brain, get yourself into the correct state, you're just going to learn whatever it is quicker because you're taking out the mind that typically creates the problem in the first place. So Deepak, my favorite Deepak quote is when the outcome takes care of itself when you enjoy the process with abandonment.
And also, by the way, these devices are very good just to monitor your own well-being and return to your fundamental state of pure consciousness where self-regulation and self-healing spontaneously kicks in. Okay, so that's it for today. Thank you for joining, and I'll speak to you from New York tomorrow. Have a wonderful day. Keep your feet on the ground and keep reaching for the stars, because the stars are not out there, they're in your own being. Take care. Bye-bye.